Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Podemski, the director of the television series Future History. We hope you tuned in to today's episode on water. This is
Sarain Fox. I'm one of the hosts.
And I'm Kris and Sarain, the other host.
Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, I want to know why you guys have hats and t-shirts and I don't.
Seriously.
It's not right.
It's in the mail.
So, yeah, right. I've heard that one before. So I want to know, let's give our viewers a little taste of what was happening behind the scenes on this episode of that we call Water, that featured 3 women. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty busy episode.
Oh man, there are so many behind the scenes stories I could tell. I mean, even Josephine, just being with her was awesome. But the one that sticks out that I have to tell, because it is part of my favorite, just crazy days, is that we were in Elliott Lake, and we had We drove out late in the night and we stayed in a hotel. And when we were traveling, I had actually provided my own Thule rooftop carrier, mostly because my wardrobe needed its own case, because that's how I roll. And so we were all packing the car. We were ready to go. We were going to head out to the camp to see Christy Belcourt. And we were taking the rooftop carrier off of one car and putting it onto another. And somehow Lucas, our camera A, broke the key off in the rooftop carrier. So we couldn't change it over and it got stuck open. So we also couldn't close it to unlatch the clamps. So basically we had this rooftop carrier that was stuck on the car with no way of getting it off. And we needed to be at the camp in 10 minutes. To make matters even better and to up the stakes, there was absolutely zero cell phone service. So we couldn't reach anyone at the camp to tell them what was going on. So our producer extraordinaire, Jeff, and I were trying to troubleshoot, and I was like, well, we have to just go to Canadian Tire and we have to just get a new one. We're just gonna have to get a new one and figure this out. So we went to Canadian Tire and we had these amazing people who helped us out, and literally within 15 minutes, they gave us a new rooftop carrier. They just swapped it out, and we went and put a new one on in the parking lot, and we were so rushed and crazy for time. I don't even think that we took the old rooftop carrier out of the parking lot. I actually think we just left it there and drove away, and that was it. So that's my favorite part of behind the scenes. It was madness.
Something interesting happened to you that morning too, didn't it? When we were up in Elliott Lake.
Oh, I walked outside and there was a bear?
Yeah.
Yeah. I walked out of the hotel and I was just looking up the street and I was like, that's a bear. And there's just this bear sauntering across the road, and by the time I could tell anybody, it was in the guy's backyard and it was gone. But I think the one of the things I remember the most is when we were with Christy Belcourt at the camp and we were doing the ceremony at the water. And we took our pants, our shoes and socks off and rolled our pants up, and we're standing there doing the ceremony, and it was beautiful, the singing and everything. I was bleeding so bad from the black flies. My legs everybody was just chewed up on the black flies. They were so, and then remember the biggest thing about the whole episode is the whole time after we filmed everything, we were getting ready to do our closing, and we needed it to rain. How many weeks did we wait for rain? We couldn't get it to rain.
Right.
We couldn't do a closing because we had no rain on a water episode. We finally got it.
We waited the whole summer.
We waited the whole summer for a rain.
Shoot that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's one of the things I remember the most. Please rain today.
Yeah. Okay, well, a couple good anecdotes from the water episode. Hope you tune in to the next episode of Future History. And of course, come back to visit us online at all our awesome social media locations.